Welcome to Central Happenings Network. I'm your host, Bellagio Sampler, and welcome to the show. We have a very special show. We're going to get right into it. The media, as of last night, if they couldn't get any worse, if they couldn't get any more deceitful, the media is calling the election even further by saying Donald Trump has conceded. Conceded. Now, that has not happened. He or his team has not come out and said this, and this is the truth of the matter. But we have the most telling situation with the American people right now that some people out there are believing the mainstream media. We all know those type of people out there, but they're not looking into the facts. This is like the motto of 2020. Let's pull up the press conference from this morning and take a listen. We will take a listen in the president's own words.
Well, thank you very much, and I just want to congratulate everybody. The stock market, Dow Jones Industrial Average, just hit 30,000, which is the highest in history. We've never broken 30,000, and that's just despite everything that's taken place with the pandemic. I'm very thrilled with what's happened on the vaccine front. That's been absolutely incredible. It's nothing like that has ever happened medically, and I think people are acknowledging that, and it's having a big effect. But the stock market's just broken 30,000. Never been broken, that number. That's a sacred number, 30,000. Nobody thought they'd ever see it. That's the 9th time since the beginning of 2020. And it's the 48th time that we've broken records during the Trump administration. And I just want to congratulate all the people within the administration that worked so hard. And most importantly, I want to congratulate the people of our country, because there are no people like you. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Mr. President, sir, why not concede for the good of the country? Sir, why not concede for the good of the country?
Why aren't you going to concede? Why won't you concede, sir? Why won't? So this was from this morning, ladies and gentlemen. This was from 4 hours ago, 5 hours ago. Why is it that CNN can tell you that the president has conceded, but the reporters at the White House are screaming and crying, why, Mr. President, why won't you concede? Sir, why not concede? Why won't you concede? So the president has not come out and conceded, but it's amazing how many people out there actually believe this stuff. This is like a Hollywood movie. The fact that they're coming out, Biden's stuttering, stumbling. He's talking to people through Zoom conferences. This is a total decision. And it adds to the layer of the Civil War meme that the government is forcing everyone into. We have a decision between the left that wants to believe in the COVID virus, to shut down society, shut down businesses, destitute you, give you government paychecks, to take everything you own, hand it over to them in pure communism. Or Donald Trump that rightfully won the election. They're trying to steal it from him. We all know that. The average person knows that. That is not going to go along with the World Health Organization, not going to rejoin the Paris deal. And this is a brazen attempt. The Democrats have placed their judges around the country, placed their people in positions of power. And they've been planning this communist takeover for a while. For a very long time. Let's take a look at the hard-hitting journalism. Breaking: Biden wears dark blue socks. This is the kind of hard-hitting political punditry we can expect from the journalist class under a Biden presidency. Jennifer Epstein says George H.W. Bush was known for his socks. Maybe Biden will be too. Today he wore dark blue socks, adorned with lighter blue dogs. Yes, there are plenty of more substantive things to tweet about, but we can have some fun sometimes too. Oh my God. Oh. These people are absolutely insane. If Donald Trump wore socks like this, the exact thing would be like, how disgusting is Donald Trump for putting these socks on? What kind of misogynist would wear socks like that? Absolutely disgusting. Unbelievable. But we have to understand right now the media is pushing a full-out propaganda war. Full propaganda war. And they are in the middle of the biggest fraud. But this is exactly where Donald Trump wants them to be. A bunch of alleged CIA whistleblowers have been posting on 4chan. We're going to read some of these threads. I want to read the first one, though. The first one, I can zoom in a little bit. It's a little too much. Greetings. So the revolution will be televised. This is from 11/23/20. And this alleged Anon, let's see what you guys think of this. The Trump altar is set up in the kitchen. Greetings from the most beautiful place on earth. The women are beautiful. The fishing is fantastic. I have more money than I can spend, and well, life is good. Well, ladies, Trump has won, and we are on the run. But you still seem to lack the intelligence to see how this is going to be played out. First, Trump has everything he needs to crap on everybody. He could effing care less what the Supreme Court does, the Electoral College does, or what Congress does. Look for him to do a national address where he lays his cards on the table, announces some major arrests, and simply leaves it to the American people to hang the appropriate criminals. Hopefully, people's court, and let them sort it all out. Remember, Trump thinks outside the box. He knows where the real power resides, and the morons in Washington and the deep state have forgotten that. So what do you think is going to happen when the American people realize that the CIA switched over 4 million votes in the election? Right now, over 70% of Republicans think the election was stolen, and 30% of the Democrats believe the election was stolen. Biden will be lucky when this all plays out that he is not the day of the rope, it says here, with the rest, this Anon is saying. Think the French Revolution. E. So is this E, huh? This is E Anon from E will be dropping them off of helicopters, and Gitmo will be overrun with thugs and criminals dumb enough to hang around. The crap is not over, it's just the beginning. So, well, F all of them, and I'm going fishing. But there's a bunch of these glower threads lately. We're going to read some more of them in the upcoming. I want you guys to hear that one first. And then we're going to talk about this, and we'll read some of the glower threads. You're gonna love these next couple. articles. Let's see what you guys are saying, you Trump cultists. Obama, the internet is the single biggest threat to our democracy. This is from November 16th, 2020. Very interesting. President Obama loved the internet. Now he has second thoughts. Dun, dun, dun. Peter Kafka wrote this, November 16th, guys. Barack Obama speaks at a Biden rally in November 2020. They plan to shut the internet down, citing a global digital pandemic. The new internet will be tied to digital IDs that are linked with all your real life data and your vaccine status, of course, if they succeed. Unbelievable. Global digital pandemic. So they're starting to add these words to other areas to scare the normies, to scare the sheep into believing that there's the internet is a huge problem. The internet is the reason why you can't, be safe, because they're going to spread the virus. The internet is the reason. Completely the reason. So shut it down. That's obviously what they do. They shut it down. Perfect. Very, very nice. The good discourse in the chat. So Jones recently
The statement, or Rudy
goes
Giuliani released
on,
a statement saying that.
Check this out. This is very important. Make sure it's loud enough.
Sidney Powell was never part of this legal team.
Jones recently goes on Revenge of the Cis. This is a good interview too.
Like basically, yeah, we don't know this lady that well. Like it just seemed like they really distanced themselves from her last night. It was not a good sign.
Because I know one of Trump's top lawyers, and he called me. He was in Georgia. We were going to eat steaks Wednesday night. I had a migraine headache, so I didn't go. But one of Trump's head lawyers, can't say the name, is in Georgia. He's down the street. We're going to eat at Bones Steakhouse, which I should have gone to. It's one of the most highly rated. And he calls me. He goes, listen, you got to be careful about this Dominion stuff. We know there's fraud. We know it's Venezuela. But forensically, judges don't get it. The White House and Trump has us here. Get ready for Powell to be destroyed because she's obsessed with all this, trying to prove this. We know it's real, but it's something the public doesn't get. It's signatures. Look for the governor to certify in Georgia, but he'll say, look at the signatures and that Trump should do an independent audit. Well, my God, 3 days later, on Saturday, I'm back in Austin. That's exactly what the governor said. So I'm not name dropping here, and I don't just trust this lawyer. I know this lawyer, and I'll leave it at that. This is one of Trump's covert lawyers there that's actually running stuff. And they called me, to go get dinner at like 7 o'clock at night and said, this is what's going to go down. We don't think the software thing goes anywhere because, again, it's too complex. The signatures is the way to go. Because in Georgia and other states, they just waive the signatures. They didn't even check them. Well, all those things are thrown out now, and Trump wins. And so that's where that whole fight comes. And I think the White House was entertaining the Dominion stuff. Well, I don't think, I know. And then they decided by Wednesday, because I got a call, like, hey, Trump called me. He wants you to know, drop this Dominion stuff. We're going on the signatures. And the governor is going to certify, but he's going to hand it to Trump. And it's sure as hell exactly what I was told happened. So Trump's definitely in command of something, and that's what happened.
Now, guys, check this interview out. It's a good interview. But he just said that's why they're distancing from Sidney Powell, because they're going down the route of the signatures, because the judges are not tech savvy enough to understand any of the Dominion stuff. And I kind of believe that. The average person out there can't even stay updated. Thank you, Ryan Holmesman, for subscribing over on Twitch. Very awesome. But yeah, I think it's a plausible story. I don't know if he's eating steak with the lawyers, but definitely a good interview. I highly recommend you watch more of it. So he did not concede. No conceding happened. Let's read another glow-in-the-dark whistleblower. That's what the shills hate when we read these glow-in-the-dark whistleblowers the most. That's what brings the shills out of the woodwork. We stole the election, but it was such a cloister screw up. We're all done. Too many amateurs jumped into this and they screwed it up for all of us. We were simply doing what we have done in a number of countries, that is safe, shave enough votes here and there in the machine so our guy won. We were merely on our way until all the people and crime leaders and gang members jumped in to double F the election. First, those morons in Philadelphia stole computer equipment from the city shortly before the election that allowed them to steal over 100,000 votes alone. The sticks they used came from city inventory, and now the few honest FBI agents left are all in on the crap. Several of the crime figures with direct contact to the Biden campaign have confessed, and they're going to bring the house of cards down. I love it. Hold on, I gotta get back on track. Yep, Big Louie and his gangsters are going to take it in the you-know-what. Next, the people in Detroit lost their minds and went completely off the cliff by letting dead folks vote in every creature imaginable. Once they find out how many votes those Detroiters changed, the crap hole will collapse. We had this thing in the bag, but the Detroiters, the criminals, and every effing Antifa piece of crap came out of the bushes and ran wild. Crap, even the head of Dominion Security, an effing Antifa piece of crap, according to this anon from the CIA, right? Or FBI or someone, was changing votes and bragging about it. Well, it will take a while longer. The idiots in the Trump campaign have finally zeroed in on some of our handiwork. That is the 2 districts in Wisconsin where we changed over 60,000 votes. Remember, this is from Wednesday, November 18th. Even a blind pig finds an acorn sometimes. Oh well, I am leaving for a galaxy far, far away. No way I'm hanging around for this crap show. Trump is an effing idiot, but his opponents are Detroit tier morons. Enjoy. Wow. Sorry, guys. This is the truth. In no way this crap should be made up. When we flipped the election in Canada, we were the only ones in the game. Game, and it went like clockwork. So these are some posts. This one's Sydney verified. We're gonna read this next. Let me get some music on. Where is our music? We put on more North Korean music for the North Korean gulags, for their shill gulags. Random North Korean track, number 113. I don't think the shills are ready for this one. Get ready for the waterboarding. You can even wear your little skirt. It'll be cute. It'll be cute. And this will be the song we play. Absolutely glorious. Oh, you want a louder Shills? Are you ready for this? Science is their religion. It's sad. It's very, very low energy. The cult of science. The cult of theories. This is better Korean music. This music is good. We must lower it one more click so I could read. Ready? Not gonna cue this thread up. Insider says there will be a phone call released that flips everything to Trump. This was from November 19th. He will stay in office and the left will be more rabid than ever, but the attempted steal will be revealed. Wait for breaking news about a phone call. That's the sign. He has a friend in the NSA. His uncle works for Nintendo. So just trust this guy. His uncle works for Nintendo. I have one friend in the NSA. He's not saying anything, but he's calm and told me with 100% confidence Trump is going to get through this. Very interesting. I think I've read some of these in the last episode. Maybe, maybe not. This will basically prove everything Sidney Powell is presenting. Trump will win the election, but it'll be messy in the end. Even most of the Democrats will realize this deal is too obvious. Look for the phone call. I love the scripting. Very nice scripting. Is this copy pasta? I'm not sure. I think it's high grade stale copy pasta. This is for the Sidney Powell stuff. And listen, the Dominion stuff is all real. It's just that they have to pick and choose their fight. She's gonna move on and uncover the Dominion stuff independently. CIA here from November 10th. These threads have been getting increasingly popular over the last month. You're gonna like this one. Let's get some real music on though. This is nice. This is nice. Might be too nice though for the shills. Should I do one more for them? Number 97. Ugh. This is Korean Symphony 97. This is, listen, the Trump cultists are immune to this. You have to understand. Our IQ is way too powerful. Our memetics are too strong. But this music is devastating to the shill and normie psyche. This is North Korean NPC brainwash music to keep you in the factory working. This devastates the dot. You know, when anyone that presses 8 on their phone, if you dial 8 on your phone, this devastates you. Look up the Cuban subsonic weapons. Attack the embassy. The embassy people go deaf. Good luck, shills. got something for you guys, though. Something real. Doesn't get more real than this. Have fun in the factory. Have fun in the cubicle. Here's some new music though. I'm looking through the catalogs. What should we put on? What should we put on? I like this one. Okay. This Anon says CIA here. I was in a couple threads yesterday. Basically, Trump won, and right now we're in a deal-making process. Essentially, a small group of upper elites will be left alone by all the smaller fish getting thrown under the bus. Big people coming out of conference rooms in tears and freaking out. Lots of deals being made. As people who previously thought themselves as immune are discovering they are not. Boss is also getting disappeared, so I can post this and no one will care. Right now I'm on bathroom duty code. Look out for mentions of roses in the news in the next few days. It's a signal that key elites have vanished. Roses is not intended to inform anyone in the MIC, but rather confirm their knowledge through their own medium in case of false intel. A lot of big stuff, guys. We talked about the internet shutdown. They want to shut the internet down. Pennsylvania has certified the 2020 election results. Governor has signed the certificate of ascertainment for the state of electors for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. The steal is in, evidently. But it is not over. Again, just like the whistleblower said. The Supreme Court doesn't matter. None of it matters. Trump has not conceded yet. That is amazing. And he came out, he just congratulated the stock market, 30,000 historic mark. The economy has never been better under this president. Liberals want the economy destitute. They want to be on welfare. They want to stay home and get neat bucks. They don't want to work. They'd rather have government welfare. Put it that way. And the economy is better than ever. The uni party, we'll call it. You know, the one party system of fake Republicans and all the Democrats. Remember, Trump came in and took over. And we're going to find out what Trump does. And this isn't some like, you know, this is all handled by the higher ups, put it that way. Tucker Carlson equals a wolf in sheep's clothing. We're gonna take a look at that. I want to play one thing though. We have to cue it up. We have to mute the music also, evidently. Let's read what you guys are saying. What? It's like scripting, right? It's like at first it was a person, but now it's just like a bot. They just turned the bot on, right? I mean, in all reality, it just helps the channel. They don't quite get it, you know, that even thumbs down help the channel. YouTube is so broken right now that they'll take anything. They'll take thumbs downs, they'll take any engagement, period. So I appreciate you talking on the channel. It's really good. Shadow emailed me and said he lost his YouTube channel. These people are truly depraved. Depraved individuals. So we're going to talk about Tucker right now. Tucker. So this is from Tucker Carlson to H. Biden. Are you kidding? I'm glad you called. What they did was repulsive and immoral, and I hope I wrecked their day. I certainly tried to F them. Let me know if there's any way I can help. Hunter Biden, rosemontseneca.com. Sorry for even calling you. I know I put you in a difficult position, yada yada. When is this from? 2015. So evidently it's showing contact between Hunter Biden and Tucker Carlson on the Hunter Biden emails. Very interesting stuff. Is Hunter and Tucker friends? The anime avatars are very cute, guys. Very cute. Very nice. So, guys. Oh, I wanted to queue up. That's what we're going to do. I'm queuing up this music. Paused. Perfect time. Right when the track ended. You got to see a couple things over from Twitter. Titus Frost is posting some great stuff. Take a look at this, guys. Open up the window.
From the sources we can gather, it seems that Trump has been laying a plan since after the Russian investigation. In the first part of the plan, remember this order? In 2018, Trump signed this executive order declaring national emergency related to Russian and Chinese hackers. During the 2018 midterm election, this executive order was aimed to reduce foreign influences in the election voting system. In the recent video, I had mentioned that the Department of Homeland Security, DHS, is responsible, according to this order, to report to the president any signs of voting machines and voting system containing defects. What this order does is the three following points. 1. It says with the current evidences, we cannot conclude that there is election interference, but the machines and the systems used in the election have big security risks. What Trump did here is that although currently we do not have solid evidence to suggest voting integrity issues, it does not mean in the future there won't be any. 2. The methods and information sources and investigations regarding election security issues are kept secret. 3. The constitutional rights for individuals or collectives' properties is rendered ineffective here. In other words, properties can be taken regardless of constitution rights. If the raid on the Sidle and Dominion servers were true, then Trump is working on lawsuits, but also working secretly to begin operations that would treat the parties involved as treason. What do I mean? So Trump may have already been planning this for at least since 2018 to do something big in 2020. Let me explain the second part of the plan. Fire Head of Defense Department Mark Esper. Install new counter-terrorist expert Christopher C. Miller. He also stopped Gina Haspel, the CIA director, from attending daily briefings. Here you have to know the difference between the CIA and the FBI. FBI is about domestic investigations. The CIA is all about intelligence and foreign information. Barring Haspel from attending these meetings is a sign that Trump wants to operate without CIA noticing. Trump wants to protect his resources, his intelligence information, and ensure the highest confidentiality.
Very interesting take. Very interesting. The post that posted is at win WYN 1745. Trump's secret plan, ? How do you show the public the truth? How do you safeguard U.S. elections post-POTUS? How do you remove foreign interference and corruption and install U.S. owned voter ID law and other safeguards. Very interesting stuff. Is Jupiter just posting like copy pasta from a script or something? It sounds very, very scripted. We'll put it that way. Is this from your thesis you're writing? Are we supposed to critique you, give you a grade? The spelling is very accurate. There's a couple more of these. Hold on. Queuing it up.
The most recent was the termination of CISA director Chris Krebs, who got fired yesterday by Trump for claiming that the election is the most secure in history. CISA is responsible for election-related issues. Trump is removing all of the highest leadership positions or rendering them inaccessible to intelligence. In other words, the White House is operating without the knowledge of the CIA, DHS, or potentially FBI. At the same time, Biden's team is so eager to get in on the presidential daily briefing. We had a whole controversy regarding that recently. Biden wanted to be in on the daily intelligence briefing for the president, even before he was certified as the president. Trump is not allowing that to happen as another way to suffocate information access to the Democrat side. This is again to avoid losing information or leaking their next move. According to Larry Johnson on the Gateway Pundit, that the German server was apparently inside a CIA facility in Europe rather than CITO. Keep in mind that we cannot verify this as of now. But if you're asking why would the American election server be installed in a CIA facility, does this have any grounds? Well, technically, yes. First of all, normally you cannot operate on foreign soil without permission. Storing voting information in a CIA facility is far more secure than any other companies or properties. So if the server was inside an American facility, it does not require access permissions. If that is true, then this operation to seize the server was done without the CIA knowing. How? The CIA should have been the one to do the raid themselves, since they are responsible for foreign intels. But they weren't. Why? Because there are Democrat informants in the CIA who can keep an eye on it and would know Trump's move immediately, which means that the Biden camp and the legacy media would know too. Trump skipped the CIA and went directly to the military through Christopher Miller, who has his longtime operatives that are loyal to him, directly go and raid the server. And if Trump did this on the basis of treason and national security, it would warrant and justify the raid based on point 3.
Do I believe? Well, the server was raided. We pretty much own Germany in terms of military bases. Like, we could do whatever we want over there, no matter what Merkel says. But there's a couple more of those. I think it's interesting to say the least. Put it that way. Let's get some music on for the outro. This is very funny. We're getting an insight into the mind of a fragmented liberal, of a fragmented liberal philosopher, right? Waxing eternal. So very, very interesting takes. Right? Isn't that like... It's that easy. Peter's son is demonstrating how easy it is. Jupiter Oak evolution. If you're real, feel free to email me your thesis down below. Link is down below in the description. You must send your feet pics. That is mandatory. That is how I know you're not a robot. But this is too scripted. At least make it sound real. At least make it sound believable. At least make it sound like Peter's son is demonstrating perfectly. It's definitely some type of, it's pretty clever. It's good bait, mate. Good bait, mate. So what happens now? Trump did not concede. He did not concede. It's just not even in his repertoire. Everything that the media is reporting, everything that CNN is reporting is a complete and utter lie. Because you just heard Trump 4 hours ago live on TV, and the reporters crying to him. Why didn't you concede? Why? Why didn't you? So why is the media in the press pool crying that to Trump, but the media for the TV, for the sheep pool, is saying the complete opposite? I think you are a clever troll. I'm wearing a mask right now. Didn't you know that? I'm literally wearing a mask in my own home. You cannot blame any of these deaths on me. It's great. It's great, guys. That is the beauty of things. People are waking up. People see the truth. Copy pasta is pretty easy to deconstruct. Peter's son is on the case. I love it. I love it. We got people watching on Twitch, on DLive. Patches McGuff over on Twitch says, Happy Thanksgiving. Thank you very much. We're doing a Twitch-only game stream tomorrow. And then we're going to do a DLive only stream very soon. The day after, probably. The day after. But I will announce it on the main channel when we do the DLive thing. Ugh. I love this cult thing, though. This cult thing is like, that's like their little buzzword that they have going around. And we've heard a lot of people in the movements using these buzzwords, right? These cliches. The best new meme is the counter NB. I want to see that one. Post that one on DLive or email it to me. I don't think I've seen it. The counter. Well, maybe I have. Yeah. It's when they take that and they make her a Nazi, make him a Nazi, whatever. All links are down below for all my backup channels. DLive, BitChute, Twitch, my new backup YouTube for video games only. The how to spot a glowy video, I will re-upload that. I will re-upload that onto this channel. I had to private all my videos on my main channel because of people that don't believe in free speech. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. So yeah, I will re-upload that video here. It's a great video. Very, very informative. Thank you, Dane Morris, for asking. It might even be on my BitChute. Check my BitChute down below. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is another short episode. The whole point was to bring to people's attention that Trump did not concede at all. And the fact that the media is out there lying, they have to make up for it. You know what I'm saying? So the average person either thinks Trump conceded, doesn't look into it, they're not really into politics. They just hear things and report on it. So we're here to report the truth. You heard it today that Trump did not concede. And the reporters were freaking out. Freaking out. You guys are funny. You guys are like all friends. I love it. We're all friends here. Very entertaining, guys. Very entertaining episode. I love it. And I am constantly running tests on YouTube. This is all a test. Welcome to my test, Jupiter and the Anime Horde. And I can't wait to see if it passes or if it fails. But we know one thing that will never pass and always fail. And that is the will of the fragile communist liberal. This is America. Welcome to the greatest country on earth. And thank you all for watching on all the different platforms. Please subscribe to my backup channels. I will be back later with a video game shield stream. The shills hate the video game algorithms. Have a great rest of your day.